Hi everyone, just before this video starts, I'd like to give you a quick heads up. Very soon, Hot Dog Man as plushies are going to be available to pre-order. This is what they're going to look like. Look at that hot dog bun, covered in what we can only hope is mustard. But very soon, on Makeship, these will become available to pre-order. More details soon. Until then, let's get on with the video. What? Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. G4 might now officially be closed down, but that's not the end to the absolute mess and dumpster fire that is G4. Let's get right into it because we've got plenty to go through here. First of all, let's deal with Frosk. On the day that it was announced, the shutdown, Frosk comes out with a series of tweets. Surprise, surprise. Somebody who has never been able to take responsibility for their actions. Somebody that I believe with other members of G4 put together a sexism in gaming rant in order to deflect away from criticism of their opinions and therefore equate criticism with sexism, just the way that Disney in recent times is trying to equate criticism with racisms. It's the new way for a coward to behave. It's a new way for somebody who doesn't want to be held to the same standards that they espouse. But there you go. That's just current day people, I guess. My sexism in gaming segment was approved by all executive showrunners in X-Play. When I was originally hired and cast, G4 made the internal statement that diversity and inclusion was what it was built on to fix the past. Holy shit, you actually hear the dog shit coming out of your mouth, woman. It's absolutely pathetic, and this is why you're out of business. I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to leave it for Adam Cesspit, because he tries to do something, fails miserably. I was fully supported initially until doxing / threats. Horse shit. Another lie from somebody who can't stop lying, from somebody that can't take responsibility for their own actions, for somebody who is amazingly toxic within the gaming community, somebody who's a hypocrite. We get it all. They supported you and supported you. I stream with my heroes, said Adam Cesspit. Mr. Chobot even said, if you don't like this, you can also. We don't want you as viewers. Well, guess what? You told people if they don't like it, don't watch it. Peace. Mr. Chobot said, if you don't like it, jog on. People jogged on. You can have all the sponsors you want. You can have your airtime on NAF TV. It doesn't matter. If you got no goddamn audience, there's no show, there's no company, there's no nothing. You were hiring out a goddamn studio for what? For segments which could have been done at home. For segments that could have been done in an office just somewhere that would have cut down costing. But no. You had aspirations, and those aspirations were that G4 was going to be this big esport thing, and you're going to build a whole ethos around it. But the problem was you fucked off your customers. You fucked off your audience. The very people that you actually needed, not just to watch your shitty little programs, but people who also were going to watch the esport events. Why on earth would an advertiser or a sponsor get involved in a company with no viewers, nobody to buy their product? Jeepers. So they went and supported you all the way for months and months and months until the writing was on the wall, until the viewership had tanked so badly that people started leaving the ship. Mr. Chobot jumped ship to an actual esports company that wanted to take itself seriously instead of this joke. Heads went, people got laid off in little dribs and drabs, and then a big 30. And then, of course, instead of showing any compassion for all the people that were getting laid off, Frosk puts out the tweet saying, I survived. At best, as tone deaf as it gets. At worst, and I think more, to be honest with you, on point, this is who Frosk is. Self-absorbed narcissist. As long as she's all right, Jack, screw anyone else. But then that became the straw that broke the donkey's back. That was enough for that, and off you went as well. Off Frosky Poo went. So it was only after months and months, about 6 or so months, that they then decided to private the rant video, to pull down and delete the tweet of support. But the damage was already done. The damage was already done. So no, you can talk about doxing and threats and bullshit, and until I see a single receipt, it's bullshit. All that, if it did happen, probably happened initially, but that's when you were getting all the support. Nonsense. Then I asked for support multiple times and was ignored or directly lied to about support coming. No guidelines, no plans, no help. Then management changed and it became openly hostile. All throughout this, the tweets are still up. Your rant is still up. The tweets of support are still up. And now, this is the last thing I'll ever say about G4. People who I work with lovely. Yeah, you got them fired. They were so lovely, you got them fired. I gave them everything, including a P45, a pink slip. Producers, writers, hosts, and more would do it again. Love you all. Well, if you did it again, you'd be broken out of business now. So you can talk about all this nonsense. You were getting support because your video was up until just a couple of months ago. Your tweet of support was up until a couple of months ago. So again, refusing to take responsibility, lacking any sort of awareness in the support that they did get. Only when it became clear that the company was gone did the support get pulled, but it was too late. Adam Cesspit. Now let's do this with Adam. Still woke, not broke. You are broke, mate. You're broken here. You're broken mentally. Adam Cesspit, one of the most vile people that you will probably ever find in the gaming space. It's funny how people that preach about toxicity are the ones who are the most toxic. Like Frosk, like Adam. This is a guy who said that if any of his family members voted Republican and were to unfortunately pass away, I use the term unfortunately pass away, then he would sit back and sip cool champagne and not give a shit. That's how broken this person is. But hey, his timeline is currently absolutely full of just attacks and attacks and attacks. And you could say, well, yeah, but he's responding to people that are doing the same. He hasn't taken the high ground. He's actually showing who he is as a person, as he's always demonstrated by his vile Twitter feed, and it is vile. So a person, I stream with my heroes. That's why you got no show. Because your heroes are actually the fucking villains, dipshit. Your heroes are the people that should be driven out of the gaming industry. And all you fucking lefties, you fucking broken people. waffle on about toxicity and all this and all that. You are the worst. You are the dregs of the industry. Again, another reason why GeForce is gone. Let's just go on and here we go. Here we go. This is the day that everyone got fired. Big shout out tonight to those that run G4 for making my life more miserable. More miserable. Yes, you do have a miserable life, Adam. Do you know why? Because you're in it. More miserable than usual when I have barely been working for them in the first place. Oh, I absolutely agree with you then. Everyone else was doing your work for you by the sounds of it. You were getting all your stuff written for you. You just had to recite it. In for a penny, in for a pounding for your bullshit. Again, not taking any responsibility while G4's going on. This guy is just posting vile tweets after vile tweets after vile tweets. And you can say on your profile, I mean, obviously the profile's now been changed, but you can put stuff on your profile like, these opinions are my own. Well, that's fine. But when you're out in the public eye and you're displaying those opinions, people will still reflect them on where you work. It's not as if somebody comes to your timeline, oh, this guy says if family members die because they vote Republican, he'll actually cheer that and drink champagne in celebration. Wait. His profile says, these are my opinions and not those of G4. Oh, well, that's fine then. Oh, that's fine. Oh, okay. All's forgiven, Adam. It's not how it works. And you've been displaying on your timeline for God knows how long. I couldn't go too far into it because it was just so disgusting. What a type of person you actually are. Now then, doesn't end there, folks. Let's go for the Holy Trinity. This is Melanie Mack. Melanie, I'll put the link to Melanie Mack's channel in the description box down below. Click it and subscribe. Melanie's been putting out some brilliant stuff recently. Absolutely great stuff. And of course, she used to do the presenting for GameSpot. So she has a vested interest in the gaming industry. It's something that she's been part of for a good while until she branched out on her own. But she puts out a very considerate tweet to the people at G4. IGN breaking, Comcast shutting down G4 less than a year after the gaming network revival. By the way, I would get this bigger, but as you can see from the whopping great big massive premium symbol here, I have got it as maxed out as I can. So Gary might just be able to read it. Melanie Mack says, we all saw this coming a mile away. Of course we did, because as soon as Frosk did the sexism in gaming rant, that was it. It was over. But we'll get to something else I want to say in a moment when Big Hard Joshua comes into play. It's just sad that some genuine people excited about gaming lost their dream job because someone attacked the audience and the network supported it, which is true. I hope the good eggs can bounce back from this and the industry can learn a big lesson here. I think that's a very considerate tweet. It's not lashing out at anyone. Yeah, it's saying that the rant caused massive problems and, you know, that's why G4's no longer here. But that's the truth. But other than that, she doesn't laugh anyone out the building or anything like that. So big old Joshua Miller here, who I believe was a video editor at G4, get our names out of your mouth. Well, it's not your names, Joshua. Do you know why? Because you're fucking fired. You're fired. So it's not your names, not our names out of your mouth. You're no longer at G4. You're not employed by G4 because you got fired, bitch. None of us here want your well wishes. You don't speak for everyone, so shut the fuck up. Male feminists, they're the worst. Or pity, you're an idiot if you think a single person can tank a multi-million-dollar business. Let me tell you about Mr. Ratner. There used to be a jewelry, a multi-million-dollar Ratner's jewelry. And a guy called Mr. Ratner at some industry event or award went up on stage and thought he would tell a joke. And his joke was that Ratner's jewelry lasted about as long as a prawn sandwich. The company went out of business really soon afterwards. His joke tanked the company, destroyed the company. Now, I don't care how many people signed off on Frosk's fake speech of sexism and gaming because her ego couldn't handle that people like Olivia Munn are more attractive than her, the Brad Pitt of lesbians. No. Or the fact that her opinions got criticized. How dare the plebs criticize my opinions? Let's go lecture to fans. Let's go lecture to our audience. So I don't care who the mouthpiece of this trash drivel shit was. It tanked the company because the viewers, the customers, your fans left. Dickhead. And what Frosk did was courageous and well-intentioned. Bull fucking shit. It was cowardly and meant to deflect away from criticisms leveled at her. It was egotistical and vain. And how dare you tell your customers what to bloody think? How dare you tell your customers how to act? If people want to have a muck around in the chat and go, yeah, I think Olivia Munn's more bangable than Frosk. God. So what? Are you so thin-skinned that that gets to you? Well, the answer is yes, because you did a whole bloody rant about it. But of course, that was just to cover up the criticism leveled at her opinions. And when you're all clapped like fucking seals and you all went, talk to the Frosk, she's burning you, you're fired. You're all out of a job. Yes, one person's rant can tank a company. No problem. No problem at all. Now, you might be mismanaged in the back as well, but I was irrelevant because the damage was already done. You'd already lost your customer base. You'd already lost your audience. It was only ever then going to be a matter of time until sponsors and advertisers and people that actually put you on air pulled out. And if you think otherwise, then you're as stupid as your fucking tweet. But how's that working out for you, Joshua? Oh, you protected your account. Oh, when your tweet got absolutely ratioed to hell and back with about, 20-something likes and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of replies and quote. Yeah, unlucky, mate. When you got ratioed into the ground, you covered up, you protected. Here we go. Look, it's 263 at the time of this. 263 versus 6. When I saw it, that was about 25, and this was several hundred more. And well-intentioned, unlike the venom you spout behind your good Christian veneer. I don't think I know too many people nicer than Melanie Mack. Every dealing that I've had with Melanie Mack, she's been absolutely lovely. She really has. Been an absolute sweetheart. Kind of one that you want to corrupt, you want to get her to swear. You know what I mean? Come on, Melanie, swear. I'm only kidding. She's been fine. But again, this is just projection. This is projection from a venomous company with venomous people. And yeah, the people who were well-intentioned and the people that were excited, I do feel sorry for those. Do you know why? Because empathetic. Whereas your vanities, your faces of G4 just spouted their venomous, toxic shit. Projection. Oh, let's put this into the annals, or is it anals in this case, of history. What an absolute mitigated failure. So Adam, to quote you, still woke, 100% broke. for you mentally. Until then, until the next video, you take care. Bye for now.